Last week marked Farmweek's 35th anniversary. This month and during the rest of the year, we'll be looking back at stories from past years. Our feature story today is one of those. It's about a Rolling Fork, Mississippi school teacher who teaches vocational skills to students. Lee Washington knows how to handle a cutting torch and a welder. In his spare time, he turns his skills toward creating art. This story first aired in April 8 years ago. It was produced by Brian Utley.
This is a spindle, which comes from a mechanical cotton picker. This is what it looked like when I pick it up from the tractor places. What it does, it rotates. There's a gear that rotates it, and the spindle spins. And as it spins, the cotton gets caught up in it. And that's how the cotton is extracted from the bowl. And this is what it takes to get started and to make one of my little sculptures. I had some extra ones lying around on the table, and I was trying to see what to do with them. And I started shaping and forming and put them in different positions, and I saw a man appear. I always make my left hand first, my left arm first. I don't know if it has something to do with me being in the Army or what. At that point, I started heating, cutting, and welding. And it looked like a man, but it was just a stick man. And I started, well, I'll do another one, and I did another one, and now I've done quite a few. I teach agricultural power and machinery, which deals with a little bit of welding, tractor operation and maintenance. And I try to convey to my students that you can take farm equipment, old farm equipment that's been discarded, and make something valuable out of it. And I didn't consider it art. It was just something I called myself doing. At this point, I would lay the man on the table, and then I would weld it together, cover. When I'm set up with my exhibits, and it just amazed me how people come up and say, wow, this is very unique. How did you come up with this, you know? And I feel good that people love what I do, you know, just something that I do. You know, I don't consider myself an artist. Everybody say that I am, but it's just something that I love to do, and I do it.
I bought the first one, and I have bought 4 pieces. The crucifixion, a fisherman, and I bought the folding of the flag, and his art is just fabulous.
He's creative with his art, and I like the basketball players, and the one with the man and the woman, like they finna get married, something like that was pretty unique.
I teach them how to do that if they want to learn. If they don't want to learn, I don't try to force it on them because it's not part of the curriculum. I made a piece for each student, but I made them sit there and watch me as I made each piece that they wanted me to make. And I said, the next time you do one, which should be coming up in April or this month, I said, well, you're going to have to do the next one by yourself. Well, this one is okay.
Well, I was welding one day, and then it was like this big one that he was making. Then I said I wanted to try one, so I made one like a man like hunting deer. Yeah, then I made one of those while the man was in the deer stand. So that's when I made 2 of those.
I can do that?
He tell me all the time, nothing gonna leave out this shop half done. Like, he'll tell you something, he'll joke about it, but when he gets serious, he's serious about it. Like, he wants you to get the job done. Like, he's not the type of person that you just up and just half do it. He want everything done to perfection.
You don't want to go
like I said, he's just a fun person. He fun, he real cool.
You want to go along? That's the finishing product once I put the paint on it. The clear lacquer, that's it. I name every piece that I make. At first I didn't name it, I didn't write anything on it, you know, when I first started. And to one lady said, "You're supposed to write on the back of this thing." You know, she wouldn't accept it until I wrote on it. And that's, you know, and when I started thinking about artists, when you look at artwork that has been painted, you know, there's always had someone's name on it. So I got in gear, got it straight. There's 10 sculptures on here. Of course, there's one walking down the center with the money tray, and people are putting money in there. And then there's some sitting, and you can see how they're looking up at the preacher. And I decided I would have the preacher standing up with his arm outstretched, preaching. I took a dollar bill and had cut it up into small pieces, so it looked like that everyone who's there are giving money to the preacher. I just make things because I don't know what someone's gonna ask for. I make things that I like, of course, but I just try to find a different variety of things that people want. Before I started sculpture, and I had no idea, I didn't think I had any artistic anything in me, you know. So the only thing I can say is just try it. Just see what you can do, and you'll be surprised, you know. Divine, you know, there's a divine movement somewhere that causes you to do things, and evidently that's what happened to me.
If you are interested in more information on Lee Washington, you can watch the story again on our website, Facebook page, or YouTube page. We'll also have contact information for Lee as well. Our website is farmweek.msucares.com.
Of course, Amy, that story was from 8 years ago. He's now into yard art. He does commissions, bottle trees. He has a studio that you can visit by appointment, so give him a call on that. And he's a member of the Craftsman's Guild of Mississippi as well. And Brian Utley did the music that you heard in that story. So that was a good piece.